Alright, well, Patricia's up there raking. I was supposed to use this thing to go bush hog a little bit of trim work I had to do on where you saw me bush hogging earlier this year. I had a patch out there I never got to. But my Napa Legend battery failed me today. I left it on the charger for, I don't know, at least 24 hours. 6 amp charger. It's an old one. It's a good charger. But I don't know. I'm surely to God it didn't boil dry. But I hooked her up. Had my drink here, all ready to stay hydrated. And oh, yeah, the battery's dead. So now I guess we'll just walk up and maybe take a look at what Patricia's doing. Thought about carrying the battery up there and switching it out to that tractor, robbing the battery out of it, because it's a good one. And that one does charge, the B275. So I guess let's go look at the job she's got going on, and we'll go from there, really. Well, this is what she's got going on. She's doing this little patch up here first. And then we've got back there to do. These trees are pretty here, aren't they? That's what the cemetery people cleaned up and made them look like that. I think they did a good job. Oh, and I just carried a battery for I don't know how long. Legend no more. But let's go check out the product. Now this is way worse than the backfield. As far as the weeds, from right here the car looks good. Now ignore this really tan stuff on the end, because I actually made, this is where I was telling you, I made one stripe cut around the edge and ran out of gas. Well, you can tell that hay's been laying there a week, and that was cut yesterday. So, it doesn't look too bad though. Really. Yeah, I'm liking it. I mean, it'll make bales anyways. It's not a competition grass by any means. But I made some adjustments to the rake. Looks like it's doing pretty good. Maybe there's a couple little spots where she missed, but you know, you'll have that. You know, it's a wheel rake, it's not a roll bar rake. Here she comes. Yeah, she's about to get battery hijacked. So there was some of Patricia raking. I raked a little bit just to kind of show her how the rake sways when you went up and down the hill. Got the battery pulled out of the B275. Obviously you can hear this thing running. So now we're going to get hooked up to the bush hog. I'm going to do some bush hogging. We'll get back to her raking maybe. Alright, so finally she's getting back to raking. I've got the bush hog hooked up. She helped me do that. And I'll be damned, as soon as I turned it on, broke a 1/2 inch shear bolt. Now, it does not have the overrunning clutch or clutch pack or anything like that on it. It is just the shear bolt style. And now I'm going to very dangerously see if I can bump it on slow. I'd say we're in there. It's kind of like, and yeah, look at that. I got a safety shield in place. Maybe someone would be proud. But it's kind of like really hard to turn this PTO on slow with just that lever, you know. Now on the B275, that lever, you turn it on, but then it's got what's called a dual stage clutch. And that dual stage clutch means push clutch pedal down once, it disengages the transmission. You push it down even further, it disengages the PTO. So you can, just like taking off a car in a car or a truck or tractor, you can kind of feather that clutch or let it out real slow to start up the bush hog or baler or whatever. And that's what I do anyways. You never want to just slam anything into gear. But apparently this bush hog doesn't like the diesel powered 706. So we're going to go cut some and see what we can get done. Some sad bales for you. Ones that we got lost and forgotten. When we were square baling this field, they hit that little brush right there, the limbs sticking out. Sure enough, they fell off. This was the unintentionally square baled field. It's coming back pretty nice. It's got a lot of junk in it that will completely go into a bale. But I tell you what, junk hay, and it wasn't good. I'm not saying it was. But my hay buyer actually told me that that was some of the best hay he's ever got off of me. Now, I'm not proud of that statement because I don't make high quality stuff like I would like to. I'm sure none of us do, to the extent we would like to. But he said he weighed what was left, and he said it couldn't have been more than 5%, you know, or gathered. He didn't weigh it. He said, I picked it all up out of the feeder just to see. And he said most of it was what was sitting on the bottom of the bale, like worked through the dirt. And he said it couldn't have weighed more than 15, 20 pounds. You know, because he cleans his feeders out with the stuff that, you know, they don't need. And he was just really satisfied, really surprised that there was maybe a 5% waste. You know, and I was like, well, that's awesome. The guy's name is Mark. I said, that's awesome, Marco. You know, I said, I'm really glad, you know. Because he has bought less than favorable stuff from me before, you know, and I sell it what it's worth, a discounted, extremely discounted price, because well, I'm not out to rip nobody off. As far as the bush hogging goes, this is all the stuff that I bush hogged earlier in the year, and it has actually came back like really thick. Yeah, there's some weeds, but I mean, just look at that. That's like 2.5 feet deep. You know, that truck track where I drove through here. It's just crazy. I'm definitely going to get to make some hay off of this. It's a lot of foxtail and, you know, cow hay. It's nothing high quality, whatever. But this is what I didn't get. 2 patches in the middle of each side that I still got a bush hog down. And I thought, well, you know, really when you walk through it, it looks terrible because all you see is the brown. But the brown is just trying to get a good picture or good reference anyways. The brown looks bad, obviously, but there's still a shit ton of green material in there. And I was honestly thinking like, well, I ought to just go ahead and bale all that, but knowing that it's brown, dead, and standing, I'm not going to. I'm just going to bush hog, clean it down, and it'll look like this next year, you know. And I will cut and mail this year for sure. So, yeah, I guess we'll make a round and see what this bush hog thinks of this 706. I don't know about you guys, but I am oddly satisfied with that. This thing is doing a great job. I'm not even, what, maybe, I don't know, 1,500 RPM? Not very much at all. High side, second gear, probably going 4 or 5 miles an hour. Now I'm cutting good grass, don't want to do that, but oh well. Yeah, so we'll make a round, see what it looks like, I guess, like I said. It's cutting through it pretty easily. Yeah, so, I mean, really, it's not favorable hay, but all of that would have just made hay. And that real tall stuff was dark. I think that's what Jacob was talking about called red top. That's obviously weed. there, but it's a shame to cut it. When you look at it bush hog, you think, well, shit, that just looks like mowed hay. Little tiny swoop. I got all that done and all that done. Probably only took me like 20 minutes, maybe 25, and the worst part was the horseshoe, so you gotta turn around all the time. And my shear pin broke. So, I guess we'll go get another one. I didn't know if I'd mentioned it or not. Yeah, the only shear pins I have are for the square baler, so they're 3/8. And this bush hog takes a 1/2-inch shear pin. Kind of stinks because Patricia's got, yeah, that looks pretty. Patricia's got in a bind, not really, but that B275 doesn't really have good brakes. So she was kind of worried about going the hill back there, so I guess I'll get to take care of it. Alright, so it's the next day. Went up, talked to Patricia. We walked that field, kind of got a game plan of how she should rake it. You know, and I walked it with her and showed her, you know, you don't have to go up and down these hills, you go along them, and, you know, because she was scared of turning at the bottom or the top of the hill and having the tractor slide, which can happen. But we came to a plan, you know, an agreement of what to do with that field. And then we decided, well, heck with it, we're just going to go buy some steaks and grill out. So that's what we did. Got plenty of drying weather coming up, and I might cut more hay today. But I'm going to go back here, got my new shear bolt in the bush hog, and finish up this little strip, and then we'll go start baling. Alright, we got that done. Broke the shear bolt again. I just really got to get the right size and not 3/8. Got the round baler hooked up, all of the PTO cap, hydraulic lines, and my little tripwire for the tie. But yeah, I'm going to go drive back, see how Patricia's going. If she's doing good, then I'm going to get the baling where she raked yesterday and try to make some progress today. There she goes. That's what she's got done. Driving over her windows, being crazy. But all in all, though, I mean, they don't look too bad. Yeah, sorry for finger focus. Yeah, they look pretty evenly spaced, you know. She's following that tree row, which is not straight, but that's what I told her to do. I always pick one point of reference on the side of the field and rake over from that. And then all of your windrows are the same length, you know. And it kind of helps you follow the contour of a hill. Because when you're raking up over a hill, well, that's way longer of a windrow than raking at the bottom of a hill. So, I guess I'm going to go get my drink out of the truck. Looks like she might be coming to me. Figure out what her plan is. She might be done raking. She might not want to rake the rest of it. I don't know. But we'll find out.
Okay, so Sean had to take over. This is his first windrow. There's mine next to it. It honestly looks like it's gonna rain, so we're kind of freaking out because we are not done. But yeah, he had to take over because it starts getting really hilly. And I am not comfortable raking on hills. I'm pretty sure he's taking video back here on this back section of the property, but like if you guys look, you can see where it starts to go down, and I'm actually like, oh, his phone does not show up very well how just steep it gets. But yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. So he has to take over now because I get too freaked out going down the hills. He thinks he's bad at raking. He's not. And over there, I don't know if you guys can see my finger, but like, whoa there. Over there, like that entire back section, oh my goodness, all that, like all this right here goes all sloped downhill. And I was like, no, I'm done. I think I can hear thunder in the distance. Maybe we should just go start round baling real quick. Yeah, this is the other side. He started up there. You'll see him be able to pop up like up and through. Where's my finger? Oh, there he is. So yeah, all that goes up. This is all down. All of this, we're standing on like a little ledge right now. You can't tell, everything looks flat. But, or like this little hill that comes down and then it goes all the way down. But yeah, all of this is steep.
Alright, so we made 9 bales, counting the one that's in the baler. Wife and kids are throwing sticks at each other. Oh, yeah, man, I about lost you. Yeah, but they're just having family time fun, you know, playing in the hay. But tractor is hurting. If you remember on the last video, I was going up a hill and it started making a god-awful noise and slowed way down. Well, I'm hoping that it is just low on hydraulic fluid. The fluid is aerated and it will only move in first gear. I do know that these transmissions are hydraulic to where if you don't have any fluid in them, or I'll just say this. So in gear, engine off, it will just roll. It'll roll away. You can't pull start these tractors. So that tells you right there that no matter what, they're hydraulic. Even with the TA in the low side, which is where it stays because the high side's shot, it acts like it's got a slipping clutch. So I'm going to quit while I'm ahead for today, get a bucket of high tran, if I can get one tomorrow because it's Labor Day, and I'm just going to stick a whole 5-gallon bucket in it. I've already replaced the seal for the intake tube or the suction tube in the back of the trans when I had the PTO out a couple years ago. But yeah, I was going to bale all this up today. Me and my wife were talking, and some of those windrows in the back that she raked and I raked, it's still, could it go in a bale? Yeah, but it is a little on the favoring the wet side, I guess. So, anyways, I'll be back with you on the next one to stick a bunch of oil in this thing and see if it moves. If you watched to the end, I appreciate it. If you like what you see, come on back and give me the thumbs up. Thanks.